Good morning, everyone. We'll start in page number 1.
Tashi Dilek to everyone online.
So we'll begin in the yellow prayer book, page 1. All mother sentient beings, limitless as space, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience, may they experience happiness, be free from suffering, and swiftly may they attain precious, unsurpassed, perfectly complete enlightenment. All mother sentient beings, limitless as space, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience, may they experience happiness, be free from suffering, and swiftly may they attain precious, unsurpassed, perfectly complete enlightenment. For that purpose, until I attain Buddhahood, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. Until death, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. From today until this time tomorrow, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. Vajrakilaya Sadhana, page 1. What do the spoken word lineage I pray? Primordial kundu sang dorje chang, te anis herukas lechi wang mo, prabhas di dorje trutring zal, Dreme shenyen fin tamer bliss queen, Shila manju shatya devi king, and subjects 25 nanam chim, Juburong tam and the clan of Kun. May the fortress of the view be gained, to reveal treasure lineage I pray. Churti Wong Chuk Bloom Driggs in Gurdem, on Tarnesh Vajra Sanjay Lingpa, Rinchen Palsong and self-liberated, Padma Ling, Nuden Samling, Dorje Tsalratun Chujoling May, meditation's perilous path be crossed, to the Dharma holders who transmit venerable Manyakate glorious disciples newborn and Zurlang, youthful 4 disciples charring zang. Rochal tir darkling chak may the rest. May conducts life for species, I pray. To Kilaya's divine mandala. Vajra sattva embodiment of peaceful and wrathful families display. Dharme Vajra, master of secrets. Vajra Vidarana, cutting through the root of delusive thought and you. Deity within whom is complete. All enlightened acts to tame beings. Body of compassionate wrath you rise. From Dharma space, great blazing tamer. Of demons, the 100-mood dancer. Splendorous great Heruka Vajra youth. Mother Korlo Jadeb union of primordial wisdom and basic space. 10 powers, perfections, 10 royal pairs. Beast-faced ones, gatekeepers, oath-bound ones. Mighties and the rest, to you I pray. Grant complete victory over Mara. A dark blue weapon, perfected self. Arisen Rikba shines forth in the place of life, force acts wisdom wrath when the pervasive wisdom Kila strikes into open Dharma Dhatu space. May it sever dualistic thoughts, skandhas, elements, and sense sources. The 3 seats fill Vajra channels, wheels on elaborated consciousness. Is fulfilled as great bliss Vajra when the Kila of boundless compassion strikes the beings of 6 classes. May they seize the lifeline of compassion. The union of wisdom and foresight, meaning symbols generate sparks of terrifying, blazing, wrathful ones. When Bodhisattva's Kila strikes the Mother secret expanse, may clouds of emanation, sublime suns emerge. Beings in existence are present. As Vajra wrathfuls, yet they grasp at appearances and the poisons when the material Kila of signs that never lets go, strikes harm doers may their pain be brought to final end. Conquer the skandhas, demons karmic. Body is great as the deity. Conquer the demon of afflictions. Is sealed off with bliss and emptiness. Conquering the death demon, one gains dominion of immortal life. Conquering the demon of God's may we gain the spontaneous perfect ground. May the four acts and qualities be swiftly accomplished, and specially may the flames of wrathful mantra rites incinerate the evil hearts of hindering enemies and obstructors. May glorious Irugan state be gained. Take refuge in the Guru triple gem, yidams and victorious souls in Ramaya, no sentient ones with reverent three doors take refuge in the Guru triple gem, yidams and victorious souls in Namaya, no sentient ones with reverent three doors take refuge in the Guru gem, yidams and victorious souls. Alas, to free all sentient ones by transforming samsara to karma killas mandala. I'll rouse for measurables, alas, to real sentient ones by transforming samsara to karma killas mandala. I'll rouse for measurables, alas, to real sentient ones by transforming samsara to karma kila smandala, auras for immeasurables. Page number 7. Om Vajraham Rita Kundale Hana Hana Om Bay Om Swabhava Shuddha Sarva Tabhava Shuddha Om. From the state of emptiness appears a Brahm, from which arises a jeweled vessel. Inside the vessel is an Om, from which appears a Dharma, which transforms into nectar. Om Ahum, Om Ahum, Om Ahum. Om Prithve Deve Loka Bala Sabhare Vara Vajra Samadha. Om Prithve Deve Loka Bala Sabhare Rahidamba Linda Gaga Gahi Gahi. Om Prithve Deve Loka Bala Sabhare Vara Hidamba Linda Gaga Gahi Gahi. Om Prithve Deve Loka Bala Sabhare Vara Hidamba Linda Gaga Gahi Gahi. Om Prithve Deve Loka Bala Sabhare Vara Hargam Badam Pushpa Dubhe Haloke Gandhe Naivedye Shapta Pratisaya. its oath-bound Genyan spirits accepting this golden libation and Dharma prepared with the purest substances. Ease your minds of hostile, wicked thoughts. Be my virtuous allies at all times, as I strive toward greater awakening, making effort for sentient one's sake. Please make the condition favorable in this country's regions and places. Earth protecting Tenma goddesses, Earth Lord spirits, kings, ministers, retinues, accept this Dharma of pure substances and this golden drink without being troubled, jealous, or intolerant, as I practice to accomplish my purpose and wishes. Grant me this place of precious treasures, as I'll fulfill your wishes and hopes. Let me gain the fruits of my actions. Page 13. stainless nature's palace, vast even the concepts of obstructing and misleading do not exist when it is seen as timeless clarity. The mandala and its boundaries are established freely, naturally, home in the pervasive primordially pure and spontaneous opening span concepts of confession and confess self-liberating their natural state, yet should there be confusion caused, grasping at perceiver and perceive, I confess this ignorance to the house of silver is a deity, Samaya, pure Amrita, primal self, born Rakta, redness, liberating the six realms into basic space, great Lord, my whole phenomena present in the ground. These three are the inexhausted self-project that is center on lotus sun, moon, and for tangle demon stanza, hung dark blue, beaming light gathering it back. Gaia rises unfabricated, perfect, form great, glorious Vajra. You, dark blue, with 3 faces, 6 arms, high, 4 legs, spread wide in a hero stance, right face, white left, red central, dark blue, my crown adorned with the 5M. At my heart is the life force seed. Hold mine eyes glare fiercely to the 10 directions. My gaping mouth show fangs and twisting tongues. My 2 right hands hold 9 and 5 wrong Vajras. My left hands wield a fire mass and cardboard. God between lower hands I roll a Mount Meru, Kila, the skull plate I am with all fearsome eternal ground guard. Man's great God, sword core, logate, blight, blue, 1 face, 2 arms, her right hand holds the blue lotus and embraces my neck. Her left gives a blood skull to mine. In our foreheads blue home Karyab, you in our throats red, I grieve a bear in our hearts blue, Yamantaka, bear o'er our navels, Yardru, Dudze, Kilwa, Kabo, in our navels, dark green, Meho, Yamyum, in our secret place blue, Drupchen, bear in our right shoulders wide, Namjal, bear in our left shoulders blue, Yungun, bear in our right thighs up in Dogyal Kapo, in our left thighs amber Kamsum Kapo, in 4 directions for supreme sons in 10 spokes, 10 wrathfuls with swords has 3 faces, 6 arms, 4 legs spread wide, Vajra wings, charnel ground adorned, mace wielding, weapons marked with their own signs at 4 gates, 4 beasts face, birds round the mandalas bear, river, race, sons and nations, oath-bound, attend the assembly, Shvana, Rema, the sisters, copper, iron, and conch beings appear, thus the prince of Boldea, the and Gordard, and there, and in the main deities are Donna, Son, the sides wisdom jumping, rolls the key, lion is our Donna, sun stands a grinds eyes, gold Vajra where red hung is encircled by the mantra at each deity's crown is an at their throats and at their hearts hung and directions, Buddhas now confer blessings, empowerments are crowns adorned by a Moga city as its sign. Page 71. Om Vajrakilaya Suru Suru Prasuru Aditista Muk Muk Halla Halla, enemies, obstructors, and evil spirits, your Chitta rotten Maraya Hum. Om Vajrakilaya Magutala Magutala Pratala Pratala Shattaracha Hum. Enemies, obstructors, and evil spirits, Maraya Hum. Om Vajrakilaya Rakta Zola Mandala Mandala Raksha Raksha, enemies and obstructors, Vasum Kuru Maraya Hum. Filled with furious compassion for all evil ones, the sublime sun becomes passionately concerned for all beings of the 3 realms. Oh, I manifest as the great glorious one. In my right palm is a white Abona Mun Mandala, and in my left palm is a red Mum Abona Sun Mandala. On the 5 fingers of my right hand are moon mandalas the size of lentils, upon which are Hom Hong Svaham Ham. On the 5 fingers of my left hand are sun mandala the size of lentils, upon which are Mum lam pam pam tum. Dissolving into light, the seed syllables transform into the 5 implements. From these the 5 families instantly appear as the 5 male Buddhas and 5 consorts. Om Mahashunyata Jnanasvabhava Hatmakoham Zamaya Ho Zamayatvam Vajra Anjali. Rays of bodhicitta light emerging from union of the male and female deities dissolve the kila into shimmering light, transforming it into a blue hong. Om Vajrakilaya Hong Jam. The Hung transforms into a dark blue wrathful one, with 1 face, 2 arms, and 3 eyes. He holds a kila in his right hand and an iron hook in his left. His lower body is a 3-sided sky-eye kila with a savagely sharp tip. Like hot iron drawn from a blacksmith's burning embers, he flashes with sparks of fire. Oh, I visualize Humkara at the upper knot, the 8 wrathful ones at the 8-sided shaft, and Mahabala at the lower knot. All 10 wrathful ones are together with their courts and animal-faced emanations. At the 4 sides of the lower knot are the 4 gatekeepers, and below the water dragon are the 4 king warriors. At the 3 blades are the 12 Kilaya guardians. At every pore of myself and the sublime sun is filled with tiny dark but wrathful ones, the size of barley grains. With their mouths wide open and fangs bared, they each have 1 face and 2 arms, and they brandish various weapons. Reverberating with the sound of Kilaya, they fill us completely, leaving no gap. The foreheads of the deities of the threefold mandala are marked with white their throats with a red ah, and their hearts with a blue hong. On their vying, blazing, wrathful ones, intrinsic nature of Buddha's forms, risen from Vajra Dharma Dhatu, cause us to rise in this precious form. White light radiates from the syllables at our foreheads and makes delightful offerings to the forms of all victorious ones of the 10 directions. All the compassionate blessings of their enlightened forms are gathered back in the form of syllables. The light dissolves into our foreheads and causes our bodies to blaze with sublime splendor. Thus we embody all the Buddha's Vajra form. Om Buddha Kile Kilaya Bhaka Vajranan Zola Zola Prajvala Prajrola Shputa Shputa Sarvanasa Panaye Om Ve Om terrifying blazing wrathful one, intrinsic nature of Buddha's speech, risen from Vajra Dharma Dhatu, cause our speech to rise as precious seed. Red light radiates from the syllables at our throats and makes delightful offerings to the speech of the victorious ones of the 10 directions. All the compassionate blessings of their enlightened speech are gathered back in the form of syllables. The light dissolves into our throats and causes our speech to blaze with sublime power. Thus we embody all the Buddha's Vajra's being. Om Padma Kile Kilaya Vaka Vajranan Sarva Dushtan Shri Sadhanaya Om Me. Om terrifying, blazing, wrathful one, intrinsic nature of Buddha's mind, risen from Vajra Dharma Dhatu, cause our mind to rise as precious mind. Oh, blue light radiates from the Hung syllables at our hearts and makes delightful offerings to the minds of the victorious ones of the 10 directions. All the compassionate blessings of their enlightened minds gathered back in the form of Hung syllables. The light dissolves into our hearts and causes our minds to blaze with sublime force. Thus we embody all the Buddha's Vajra mind. Om Vajrakilaya Kilaya Jita Vajranan Bedali Mandala Magutala Tratala Om. The light emerging from the seed syllables of the 3 mandalas, 3 Vajras, pervades the 3 realms of samsara and empowers the life force of sentient beings with primordial wisdom. The 6 afflicted states of beings living in the 6 realms of samsara are purified and transformed into the 6 scenes. Anre Subredunum. These 6 seeds then melt into light, transforming into Om Ahom. The light then gathers back and dissolves into the 3 places of the sublime sun and myself. The 3 realms are thereby brought under my power. Om Ahom, Om Ahom, Om Ahom. Svapasvari Samaya Jahom Bam Ho. Oh, love, compassion, your skillful means to help and train beings as they require to complete Buddha activities. Please grant empowerments and cities here. Whisper unpaid, light rays radiate into the 10 directions from the Hung at our hearts and touch the victorious ones, the embodiments of the 5 kayas together with their retinues. The mind streams of all those who have gone to bliss are invoked, and they are supplicated to grant empowerment. Thus the essence of their body, speech, mind, qualities, and activities descends like rainfall, possesses the nature of the 5 heroic scenes. With Samharana Hung, they gather at the 5 places on our heads, where they dissolve and transform into Om Hong Tram Shri A and Mom Lam Mam Bam Dam. These transform into the 5 main karma herukas, appearing as the Buddhas of the 5 families with consorts. The nectar that flows from the point of their union fills up our bodies. We become adorned with the blood-drinking deities and consorts who abide in union at the skull palace of our crowns. And the empowerment of the 5 wisdoms is perfectly fulfilled. Page 21. Or light rays emanate from our hearts, inviting the wisdom being. Vajra, you with your courtly butler, please come here to accomplish existence as you and me granted empowerment. See these wrathful wisdom, King Vajrakilaya, with your court, please come here and bestow Kila, your city, please manifest all the signs and symbols of success. and union, outer and inner, and secret I present to the projected self-born deities. Please receive these offerings non-duly, without acceptance or rejection. Om Vajra Argam Pada Pushbe Dupe Aloke Gandhe Naividye Shakta Pratisa. Aham great Amrita crafted from 8 made and 1,000 branches, great secret tracta of glacier space, I over with a great Dharma, the elixir Maha Banja Amrita Rakta Balinda Kahi Hung ignorance, a mountainous pile of flesh, craving a swirling ocean of blood, hatred, a bone heap. These we give to Dorje Sinbo and his ready new Om Ah. King of wrath, great, glorious Vajra, you Dharma sphere consort Gorloje, Ep10 rival kings, wisdom and means, Forum 10 rival queens from the innate sphere, emanation sent to engage, axe, tiger headed Zassos with fangs, bared the low directional guard, slaughter all other oath vows to you and your courts. The times come to fulfill your heart. Bless, fulfill destructive actions. Great Vajra, you sons Gordon, Veslin, Gologede, Zexban, Sound, Dina, Mantras, Mero, Neroes like thunder, thus I will practice until the Samaya is fulfilled in the ultimate expanse of space. Light rays radiate throughout the 10 directions from the seed syllable and the mantra string at my heart, invoking the 3 roots of Maya from their very hearts. All their blessings of body, speech, and mind descend like rainfall in the forms of white red and blue home, dissolving ceaselessly into my 3 places. Then all the blessings and powers of all the victorious ones, compassion in the form of inconceivable Vajrakilaya deities, large and small, gently fall and merge with me. The deities of my body mandala, as well as the deities in union residing within my channels, are like the seeds of an open sesame pod. They and all the mandala deities recite the mantra, resounding like a broken beehive.
La gom ja nga daya, yu la gom nga da, sem san chok sem gom. Di kari na chota chama chikpari, di kari mada beri nga yiso changma yiso, zhugo yori beri, tolo yingba chikpari chari shun changma chogori, dewe lu che che de jerung gom je. Nga da nga changma choche, sem deri san chok sem gom je de, sem changma choche, de sobo deri dine, Then never carry or it. Never do the in Yago quarter, the dead so yellow. The hawk also sana. The last old child gone out on that carry. Oh, go take a loop of chataki. Not that you can not about chataki. Single son, so some go to single now the taki. Hako took the Tama pingary. Number down, the hawk on the Tama ping. But it
Please keep meditating. And please meditate. Please repeat the mantra. I'm just going to say a few words. Today I'd like to, can you hear me okay? Okay, today I'd like to discuss the 4 maras. They're found in the lineage prayer. They're described on the top of page 6. So there's the Mara of the aggregates, the Mara of afflictive emotions, the Mara of the Lord of Death, and the Mara of the Son of the Gods. So what do all of these Maras mean? What are they? The Buddha Dharma describes, in general, across the board, in the secret mantra teachings, to visualize yourself as a deity, to repeat mantra, and to give rise to the mind of awakening. And this is for a good reason, to purify our ordinary body, speech, and mind. It's just like cleaning dirty clothes. The way to cleanse the ordinary body is through developing the deity. The way to cleanse ordinary speech is by repeating mantra, and the way to cleanse ordinary mind is through giving rise to bodhicitta, the mind of awakening. The fruition of all of this is described very clearly in this lineage prayer. Cleansing the body, by developing yourself, even if you were to develop hundreds of thousands of deities, the result would all be the same. So we'd be purifying the habitual imprint of an ordinary body through visualizing ourselves as a deity, purifying the habitual imprints in our ordinary speech by repeating mantra, and purifying the habitual imprints in the regular mind by developing bodhicitta. So that's what's beneficial, to purify all these habitual imprints. So that's the singular view of Buddhism. So I would like you to understand that.
Du jede ha kona kare pengere magona kare nugere pinu de ha kogore kashi ga ha magona kare nugere edina deni tata dambileng na chama di wangjun do yori di wangjun tatok do yeso gori kare dambileng suko kange mewa mate dela o deri no long ju yo ba ta ti bo yori koso ya na chugo ma re se kosu di chugo ma ni chugo chujire ti ang ma deni Debatana long ju top, chum song the top, oh yeah, 들이 조바고는 조당고 동주반 티 소리 내가 중대 직통은 인말에 처참 조바스를 성을마다 내 마정에 도로지를 다 차단 파과 다 되는 아메리카 차라지 보여야 돼. 또 저들라서 왔던 내 요리 선남이나 들이 라이브 되지 라이브 되지 잡지랑 이는 내 가야는 지양만 선남 그 저는 아주 톱다 하고 말이야. 레인 좀 마시나 레인 좀 신이가 오 나도 속월도 가려 오 내지양 마 집안다니 레벨이 내 양자 집안던 것도 없지 좀데 그 몇개 마실 때도 못 봐요네 가게에다 같이 고메 대가리 라이브에 두고 건너요 레디
What is the benefit of understanding these four maras, and what is the harm in not understanding the four maras? So some people don't understand the four maras, and we can describe what the harm that can happen. So all over the world, people are wishing for the same thing. They're wishing for prosperity, abundance, to be free from hardship, to be happy, to have a pleasurable existence, a pleasurable life. But if we don't apply the Dharmic teachings, then even though we have attained a human body, if we don't understand how to practice patience, and that our current state of relative happiness is just the three higher realms of fortunate rebirth, then we don't, maintain discipline, and we just sort of squander this fleeting happiness. This is because we lack merit. And so this is what is referred to by the Mara of the Son of the Gods. It's where, lacking merit, we don't understand the minutiae of karma, cause, and effect. If we don't understand karma, cause, and effect, we squander the fleeting pleasures by indulging in them without realizing that they come about through causes. So we don't understand the nature of cause and effect, and we indulge in temporary happiness. This is the Mara of the Son of the Gods.
라이브디 오 라이브디 라이브디 좀 런접 상토 교때 이미지 맞네 요래 런접 서이도 다다 라이브디도 런접을 이제는 가리 제발 요래지나 다다 이제 띠네 대반데 라리 소디면 정말나지 스스럼 대와 짜치 세바지 인저 다다 이제 띠 감디 대와데 짜그 세바나지래데 나당 미감도 그래데 저 세바촌 나당 감도 그래데 강리 수능 수능 왜 저때 세다 총각까지 다다야고 다다 빵고 차는 거래 야 도마고 다다 셔도 그래 난다면 내 양가리 이거 내게 용 거리 내좀 내 마시라 네 대화는 미다 바래 들이 산지고 뭐 터통했더니 쭉 삼겹 가서 그러나니 되는 강송 답고 시간 차대 요래 롱주도 그지 함대 들이 딜롱도된 패덕용 디디와데 라이브 디도 저도 차토초도 따하고 송선나 리주저버는 송 따하고 지마디 데레데 데케고 네니세요네 데디자네니 첩다도 좀 재미 송 오 세븐데로 하고는 세미 시점에 봐 하고 요래 세미 시점에 봐 하고는 되니 레 마사바 가지는 세미 시점에는 레사라 샘팅 코는 되니 단 로아도 거라지 별이 뉴모시 당을 레서는 야완 걸고리 senang 이다는 걸 로아도 이거라자 로아도 샘데 샘부터 시기요 말이 레디 지면 용고요 되는 되니 따뜻하지 디 뉴몽도 들리더니 로아로 참로 그래 샘을 시점을 첩다도 좀 저비 상황이 다음 샘을 시점에 받아 하고나 이 레이저비 송도 용거요래 오 샘을 시점을 농에 용거도 농에 가에게 용거 농에 뉴모에 용거도 상나 다 뉴모 방고도 레이저비 하고 요래
So the text reads, when conquering the demon of the son of the gods, may we attain the spontaneously perfected ground. So it's sometimes translated as spontaneously perfected ground and sometimes translated as the spontaneous ground. So what do we mean by the spontaneous perfected ground? If we vanquish the Mara of the son of the gods, then we pierce through the illusion of fleeting happiness. So as it says in the 37 practices of Bodhisattvas, the fleeting pleasures of this life are like drinking salt water. No matter how much one drinks, one is never satisfied. So if you drink salt water, you're immediately thirsty, immediately dried out. So when whatever merit has led us to this state of temporary happiness is exhausted, then even if we were rich, we immediately become a beggar. Whatever loving friends we might have always die. So this is the nature of karma. When we understand karma, cause and effect, we recognize that all fleeting pleasures are impermanent. And it is only the absolute level of Buddhahood which allows ultimate happiness, the meaning of the single taste. So the Mara of the son of the god refers to this fleeting happiness, and by vanquishing the Mara of the son of the gods, we attain the state of the spontaneously perfected ground. That's the prayer. This refers to the view that we spoke about. So then we can describe the Mara of the Lord of Death. By vanquishing the Mara of the Lord of Death, may we find the power of deathless longevity. So when we recognize the view, the abiding nature of mind, we recognize that the mind is deathless and inconquerable, indestructible. This indestructibility of mind's nature is not touched by karma. It is the delusion which allows us the karmic accumulations which bring about illness and things which decline our life force. So because of karma, we wander, circling again and again in samsara, in cyclic existence. In one incarnation, we're in the hell realms. In another, we're in the hungry ghost realms. So the 6 classes of beings, we circulate through all 6 classes because of karma. And this karma is accumulated based on the Mara of afflictions. Because we have the Mara of afflictions, we wander in the 6 classes of living beings. So the line reads about the Lord of Death. When conquering the Mara of the Lord of Death, one gains power of a mortal life. So this is recognizing the deathless, indestructible nature of mind. Where does suffering emerge? Suffering comes from afflictive emotions. And when we recognize karma, cause, and effect, we can break the chain, we can break the cause.
납치디 시오 말이 대회는 되니 다 체들이 시를 주방에 되더니 들이 대더니 다다 체들 물람다버니 대가니 하고 그러더니 다다 지는 니가 사와데 대바레시 물람도 주말이라고 요래 니가 사와 서방 내려와 다다 니만 가다 리까지 못다 땅 삼은 내려와 보다 물람데 주말이 물람데 대바 말라고 요라 물람데 가 물람데 대바레니 다다데 주말이 상이 시타는 최대 처음 물람나 이 차차래 대상이 그 물람다버송 대하고를 최대문이 물람다버레송 대하고서 사지 그 시합 때 최대 물람다버레 되네 사지 꼭발에서 뭐 말이지 최대 다 다른 등상 잡으면 막 같이 셔서 셔놓고 세비시가 요 말이 세비가 빠동이 등이 대독 초와 가리나 개와시는 대와용 등이 뭐 개와시는 등이 용거니 세비 시야매 말이 대도 하고서 다다 체도 말함다버리 들리면서 와들이 다 대는들이 레사 이거 뭐도 뉴mon가 되게 등이 용건도 로아를 동해 담지 레리에도 하고 때 가르치는 레키 용건도 레 강에서 뉴mon가 용건도 다 뉴mon만 은이 정말 맞으나 등이 용건도 대 하고는 들이 다 되는 뉴몬 뒤총 대동 사제 대지 뉴mon한테 가르치고 동데 다 뉴mon한테 다 삼제를 나디데 삼제를 저 삼제티 이 뉴몬이 이시를 저 탑탑이 사족생이 저를 상하가 냥들리도 메테다를 뉴몬 이시를 저저다 뉴몬 삼제가 저니디 뉴몬과 저 탑이 삼제를 저서 가지는 소리되어 타고 요리 뉴몬 아주 바로다 이 성도는 다 버대고 이 성도들 가리 축한다고 말도 이거는 뭐 내고 말하가 남이 같이 탈도고 요리 문의스는 이 성성대 민캉다버리 샤주지사다버리 누가 말이 라클 레트 달이 탈도고 요리 하고서에 대도 시는 되니 몽도 좀 대동 사이에 대비 니몽한테 탑니를 되다 라고 저거도 빵고도 니몽이 빵절 시섬들랑 가슴이 요리 소탈가 빵네 땅이 뭐 빵거요 소티방의 빵거리 상태가 저저거리 뭐 나디 매봤다는 상태는 상태가 유모바 접나요 난 개발은 저들이 요래게 저르지 상하게 시바데 유모바 코랑이 이시에지 유모바데 이시 유모 이시 저쪽으로 상하게 유모데 탑성을 되는 저거 요래지
So when we vanquish the Mara of the son of the gods, then when we vanquish the Mara of the Lord of Death, we find the power of deathless longevity or immortal life. This is when we're able to recall the impermanent nature of this lifetime. But ordinarily, we don't think about how this life is impermanent, and we're just overwhelmed by the needs of our body and speech. So everything in this world will die. But it is through not recognizing the view that there is the experience of ordinary death. If we experience ordinary death, even if the body dies, the mind continues on. The mind continues in the bardo, and whatever karma we have accumulated in the past follows us into that intermediate realm ceaselessly, without stop. And this is a moment-by-moment experience. But if we recognize the nature of mind, then we recognize where suffering comes from. And in fact, in mind's nature, there is no death. The mind's nature is deathless. And so we're able to recognize that this life is like a dream. So if you were to die tomorrow, everything from this world, all of your friends, all of your dwelling place, everything that you've done in your life would vanish. but your fundamental nature would not die. And so this life is truly like a dream. So we think that our waking life, the life we experience during the day is real, and that the dreams we have at night are false. So that dreams are not real. But if you were to die tomorrow, you would really experience what the Buddha has taught, that actually it's this lifetime, all of this lifetime that is really like a dream. The Buddha said that through the Buddha's wisdom. So it's not that the Buddha was stupid. The Buddha said that out of wisdom, seeing clearly that in fact all of the things of this life are like a dream and impermanent, but the fundamental nature of mind is deathless. It never dies. So if you experience the bardo, whatever virtuous causes you planted, you'll experience those happy results. And whatever unvirtuous causes you planted, you'll experience the corresponding suffering in the mind. So this life is really like a dream. And if you're able to recognize the fundamental deathless nature, you don't accumulate karma. So all suffering in the 6 classes of beings is perpetuated through karma. And we accumulate karma based on our afflictive emotions. So our afflictive emotions are what make us experience karma. So the text reads, "When conquered, the Mara of the afflictions is sealed with bliss and emptiness." So we mean here that overcoming afflictions is the mind of loving kindness. Loving kindness is what allows afflictive emotions to be transformed into primordial wisdom. So we transform afflictions through bodhicitta. This is the practice of secret mantra. Secret mantra is the process by which afflictive emotions are transformed into primordial wisdom. So what vanquishes afflictions is the mind of loving kindness. If we are free from afflictions, then we can experience the fortunate 3 higher realms. But if we're rife with afflictions, we will experience the 3 lower realms. So these stays in these realms are temporary. They're constantly changing because of the full maturation of our karma. They're just like a guest house, a temporary dwelling place. So there are the 3 methods for overcoming afflictive emotions based on the 3 vehicles, the Pratimoksha vehicle, the Mahayana vehicle, and the Vajrayana vehicle. In the Pratimoksha vehicle, the afflictions are dealt with through abandoning them. We abandon them, we see their faults. In the Mahayana vehicle, we transform the afflictions. We transform the afflictions through bodhicitta and recognizing selflessness. So cultivating the mind of loving kindness. This transforms afflictions. And then in secret mantra, we recognize the essence of afflictions, and this transforms the afflictions into primordial wisdom.
tata shiyala gani ako so nangpa sanje pe lokso sobzang nga so namsong yore de sotaka nyumo bango sangsinge yer ni sangha ga nyamso li ma tapsam na tini de yang nyumo ba de so dodo ji na du yelang do yore de du yene ni ta ndra ga ni du ye shang na du ye de 전지 동네 저 삼스테른도 요래 그리 대 쭉은 양 뒤에 요래 또 나누지 와 찾았다 뒤에 다디 pombudu 저다가 뉴모버두 라이브두 송 뒤전되는 거리 두 가래를 하고 요리 대하가가 더 뒤에는 그 대기 대화 매발선은 대화 중재 요바티 대화를 뛰니 동해에서 요리 참아 동해에들 기본을 가지고 뒤라고 요리 대화 매발데 뒤니 대화 매발선 요리 동해 장소 요리 내가 뒤라고 해야 돼.
Hello? Okay. To reiterate, the tradition of Buddha Dharma is threefold regarding the afflictive emotions. So in the Pratimoksha, we avert or we cease afflictive emotions, we suppress them. In the Bodhisattva vehicle, we transform them. And in the secret mantra meditation, we have these means by which we transform the afflictive emotions. We pierce through them. So we're describing today the 4 maras. The 4 maras have to do with the suffering of living beings. So all suffering of living beings are subsumed within these 4 maras. And there is also a description of the 4 maras in the Chud tradition, which is slightly different. But here in the Vinaya tradition, we have the 4 maras, which are the Mara of the aggregate, the Mara of the Lord of Death, the Mara of the Son of the Gods, and the Mara of the afflictions. So what do we mean by Mara, by demon or Mara? We mean by Mara that the tiny bit of fleeting happiness we may have inevitably becomes suffering. And so when we say Mara, we mean suffering. When we say Mara, we mean lacking happiness, being robbed of happiness.
Mayon the triple creation come taveri, mayon the chord the party, Yelanga, Tabarin the Mekani, Tonga, Tonga Mari, they told the Donga Tawa to be a kind of Toto, some more time, you know about a Toto, you know about the song.
We can describe the maras on the outer level, inner level, and secret level. So really the secret level pertains to the mind. It pertains to not realizing primordial wisdom. And this secret mara is the root of all maras, which is self-clinging. Self-clinging or ignorance or non-recognition. When this occurs and we have the afflictions, the cause of which is to accumulate karma and experience its full maturation, its full ripening. So no matter what karma we accumulate, we end up wandering, circling in the 6 classes of living beings in samsara. If we sow virtuous causes, we experience the result of happiness. If we sow unvirtuous causes, we experience the result of suffering. So it's this happiness and suffering that we experience. So everyone in the world has a wonderful aim, which is to be happy. But we can see how much suffering can we actually see in the world. So where does the suffering come from? It comes from the afflictive emotions. And so we describe the afflictions as maras.
Fly boot and one shoe, and then nature of the Pumbu do, the Limu, fly boot into Dagdu, so ceremony already. The young lady, fly boot do the young, some much hungry already. She charged, she charged, you were talking, down with chat and talk at it, Chawati, down, no charging, send a young you were really you were talk to the machine, that said it to someone down the 3 on the knee. That tube was in Zaban and Mambo Yori. Because not tubing, not to look made, to look on Mola Yori. That they took the good coconut Nadi. The Tawa Kami, you married in the Laro Tawati. The said of some check you and Nasa made, lay them made. The Titawat in Tato or check the Yageton compared for it. Well, Jacan Carina, Yagekon, put it all Caricaton Goridina. Oh, Taffin got that algorithm, Tuka algorithm. Gava mean and tattoo mean Pegebe, Ladutag and Tartova, that day from the tail algorithm, Tonsoma, the tail algorithm. Gava mean and tattoo mean Pegebe, then Gavato got tattoo and Tuka algorithm, 3 Yagedo, they told us to tell the language of the Tamana, whatever it is, the Kusukawa already.
So we can see exactly how this works in the Mara of the aggregates. From having the aggregates, the body-mind aggregates, we have, based on that, the Mara of afflictions. And then we have the Mara of the Son of the Gods and the Mara of the Lord of Death. The Mara of the Son of the Gods actually contains all the Maras. So through engaging in kind of meaningless actions, we inflame the 6 afflictive emotions. We have ignorance, attachment, and aversion, and all of the afflictions, all of the 6 afflictive emotions. When we don't recognize them as afflictions, we only think about this lifetime. Throughout the world, there are so many religious traditions, and religions tend to think of themselves as the best, and this is an utterly stupid way of thinking. It causes so much suffering, so much strife. All of this comes from a perverted view, through not understanding karma, cause, and effect. Actually, we should all be thinking about each other's prosperity, each other's unfurling of abundance. But in fact, we think about hurting and harming each other. And so everyone falls into fighting and really like violence. So as the saying goes, without contradictory views, there is no proclaiming oneself to be like the best, and therefore there is no fighting. So this view, thinking of only my own view as the best and everyone else as worse, is really contradictory to the Buddha Dharma. It's like taking bad drugs.
Sanchuk Sem Juli Tima, Danti Nanjima Mimandore, Pero Samba Semi Juli, Danti Tar Miva Chadi, Captain Tata the Sakin Community, Samba Semi, Yanta Young to go to Samba Semi Consona, this is a killer among some very team. Sajaki Lamsam singing the Lotoga, nine to my body, chilling tongue to Kapoyore. They went at the leader, Pobu do it, Zuko the Yorshina, the knee. Tabalaki de Malari Banagi, don't wear the machine, the young Jan Cover to Dozo, didn't require doing Tondoni, Yawa, Yada, man control. They very three, Namin Jason, there is the little toa talk to Little, Lam lead the Pumbo talk the Pablo, Pumbo talk the Panopina, Sanjay, Shabni Bonra, oh, Zoda Nado, the Marate, the home pattern, Solo Pumbo Zoyo. Simaga Pumbo was Zono or Jigmaret. Now I saw the Sokcha Mangori, Sokcha Tamki, Jigmaret, Tangada Dodo Mare, somebody, Sokcha Tamki Kare, Sokcha Tamki, Sokcha Kasi Manga Pumu, Nangamboka say Manga, this you saw your. So the same thing was sent to call the Dandi get up with Johnny. This also Santok Sentira, this is Sokcha Tamadi Land Yore. Magic Tawa there is no charm, but practicing some years or some years on my Lucola, so charm, practicing Sayore.
What overcomes the Mara of the aggregates is meditating on the deity. So we should meditate on the deity with clear appearance. So we described this clear appearance of the deity yesterday. It's when each of us as individuals sees ourselves as a deity. And again, to reiterate, it's not like we're inventing something that isn't so. So now as a frozen block of ice, we're an individual sentient being, but we should recognize that the nature of this block of ice is water. And when that block of ice melts, then we merge into the great flowing ocean. In this vast ocean, there is no suffering. So this is the mind of awakening. This is enlightenment. So all deities possess this enlightenment. And when we engage in the stage of development in the deity, this purifies all our ordinary, impure fixation on things and their characteristics. So the development stage purifies what is impure. The Mara of the aggregates refers to our body. So we have an impure feeling or perception of our body, and what purifies that is meditating on the deity with clear appearance. So in brief, the Buddha, the transcendent conqueror, said that all living beings are obscured by adventitious or temporary stains. So if we remove these temporary stains, then we see that in fact there is no past, there is no future, and there's only the present. But what obscures that is this I, me. All religious traditions are trying to get at this same sense of an individual self. Other religious traditions are also getting at this sense of self-clinging. And what removes this self-clinging is thinking about the welfare of others, altruism. So if we can think about benefiting all living beings, then this is like true religion. This is beneficial. And this is what overcomes the Mara of self-fixation. So if we're able to overcome the Mara, we do so by understanding our nature to be the deity, understanding our speech to be mantra. So we should never be separated from the clear appearance of the deity. The Tathagata Garbha, Buddha nature, is the deity. That is what we should understand. And it's the true fact of our nature. Right now, we're a frozen block of ice, and we are that way because of me, I, this fixation on a self. And if we understand just that one singular point, then we can see it everywhere in the world. All the suffering of the 6 classes of beings comes about from this self-clinging. And until that is exhausted, all living beings wander in cyclic existence. So enlightenment is overcoming or removing this sense of self, me, or I. This is the accomplishment of enlightenment. And when that unfurls, then there's no self-clinging whatsoever. So we can meditate on the 4 immeasurable attitudes, meditate on immeasurable love, and this kind of turns into the meditation of Mahamudra. So it's very profound, this meditation of immeasurable love. This is the mind of Mahamudra. So we can recognize the mind's nature, Mahamudra, but because our habitual imprint of self-clinging is so established, so thick, it's difficult to overcome just like that. And so though we may recognize or understand this mind of Mahamudra, because of our habit of self-clinging, we can still wander in the realms of cyclic existence and be reborn as a hell being or a hungry ghost and so forth. In the realms of the 6 classes, we always take a body, and this is the body of fully ripened karma. So this body has the 6 consciousnesses, or the body-mind aggregates. And the Buddha taught a method by which we can kind of unlock our ordinary sense of thinking of our body as one solid thing. So there's the aggregate of form, and we look, am I just the aggregate of form? But in fact, we aren't. And so we're not one solid thing called a body. So we have all of the sense consciousnesses and these aggregates, but they can all boil down to every living being has a life force. This is synonymous with mind. And so we can work with that through giving rise to bodhicitta, the mind of awakening. This is the mind of the deity. So this is the singular view that we should understand, and then we can cease all suffering in the ultimate nature of reality.
Oma Hong Song, Gotham, Gosong told Oma Hong, you just don't do. The Eden is Semna Dogo, Semna, send the Hongland Dogo, something, Hong to Boo, the Gomtini, Serpani, Manico, the Hong Jang, the Rigon, the little easy matter, Hong, the Tarana, you don't fly a car tree already. Take up tree with the Hong tree, Hong tree, and not talk on some maybe Hong tree. Ni pa ni to say ni ba de che da sa ba ni pa sang 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 de ni se ma ta de nga ni ko so da nga ni le ta da ma me pa cha de le cha le da ha de ka ho yo le de ma le be che da da lang de ni se ma lam sang na to ye pa hong bi ta ma de hong de ta ma le de hong de to ni be de lang ni la to to yo le nga ji me wa de so de ni Pama 이걸 홍홍 자냥 오아홍 som는 저도 람탑에 오아홍 도지대 봐서 대세는 같이 똑같이 당나 대담지 낭나람 이메 받대 나부터 받다버리 나 동들이 다대 뭐시게요 있는 세분도 마음에 문제를 있으면서 마음에 홍그리도 지금 속안서 마요만 다른 말 이세마도 홍그리도 다다른 홍지 용지는 무슨 사지에 담긴 냐도 봉주 go to the go to the year home so Sajet of the telling to yours. Home is of the mind were home daddy on the bang each of the not chat or home to pay some jig. Home the Pomu do the Nami Laro, the Pato Tamboni, ngadi pakcha der tartu ko yore lai ko nang to ko yore ye se ma sa hong ke sa ba de pobu do do na hin la ro to also
With the Mara of the aggregates, the main thing is to visualize the clear appearance of the deity. So this is the point of every secret mantra empowerment, to empower our ordinary form to be enlightened form of the deity. So we have the enlightened form of the deity, and yet still the main thrust is the mind. No matter what deity we may be talking about, they can all be subsumed into Om Ah Hong. These are the syllables of enlightened form, speech, and mind. So all is subsumed in Om Ah Hong. And then we can subsume everything into mind, and the syllable of enlightened mind is Hong. So meditate solely on Hong. Wherever you go, whatever you do, Hong, Hong, Hong. Hong is the presence of the Yidam deity. In Hong, there are no conceptual thoughts. So we can take the occasion of just waking up from sleep, that kind of fine veil border between sleeping and waking. If you can catch that moment, that is a moment where we can overcome the thick habit of a sense of self. We can, before the first thought, which reminds us of me, myself, we replace that, or we immediately say Hong. So as soon as you find yourself waking up, you say Hong. Hong is emptiness. Hong is the natural accomplishment of the deity. There's no self-fixation in Hong. Hong. Om Ah Hong. You can also do the Vajra recitation of Om Ah Hong. So Hong is that we don't have to think about the shape of the Hong, just the sound of the Hong. There are so many qualities described in the syllable Hong, but in brief, Hong is the syllable of the Buddhas of the 3 times. Hong subsumes all Buddhas. So think that you can sometimes, if you find yourself within thoughts, say Hong into the atmosphere, and this is like saying a forceful Pe. This scatters all thoughts. So when we vanquish the Mara of the aggregates, we are liberated in the fully ripened deity, as the text says. So vanquishing this Mara of the aggregates liberates us into the form of the deity. It purifies our habitual imprints, like Hong. So when we vanquish the Mara of the aggregates, we are liberated in the fully matured body of the deity.
바지 참조하다 이 홍공지 때렸다 영적 라가 사원데 기본만 보시고 아이디 왕거를 가면서 라고 처음도 라는 건도 말이다 라이 소이게 건을 해서 원도 그때 그 인터그레이션 기본 시합에서 걸어 말이지 유니 송사리 통화 영도 공부때 되었다 홍공지 되게 되니다 부부도 남일라로 조르송 예를들이 유모가 샤로나들이 이게 홍보는 되게 유모가 초가도 떠오르는 거예요. 되게 유모대 좀 대동사지 타입. 이 집다도 좀 이상하니 홍대 제시매마 생동관이 제시용을 뒤동원들이 하고는 되는데 담보 부부를 라 드리니 홍대가 참아 또다고 요래 냠명 같은 게 돼서 된다고 그래. 이렇게 다는 참조에 자기들의 얘네다다 홍대 요베디 홍대가래 나서고 요 말이야 샘들라 야려야지 샘 가와네 샘기 담비 인데 요래 홍가와요네 나 샘들라 요래 대하고는들이 그렇게 보여래
We have the Mara of the Lord of Death, which is like obstacles. And so this Hong clears away, dispels all obstacles. So there are many different life force syllables, seed syllables of deities that we become empowered into. And sometimes it can be difficult for practitioners to visualize the whole regalia of the deity. And so it's said to be sufficient to just meditate on the life force syllable. So it says that in the Tantra of Wisdom, that the Hong syllable is the fully ripened deity. So again, the syllable Hong scatters afflictive emotions. And without afflictive emotions, we come into bliss emptiness. In Hong, there is no duality of self and other. Hong is all deities. Hong is all mantras. So this is my experience, Tashi Delay. So there's this card here, the syllable Hong in this card in front of Rinpoche. So I am not my body, I am my mind. And wherever there's Hong, the syllable Hong, my mind is there. This is something important.
갈 하장 지와도 다디 이 세만도 홍비 하장 갈지 모리 가리 니 토고 때문에 이제 토를 랩도 이제 거 대식 중부터나 니 코로 요리 니 코로 좀 뭐였지 대식 중 황이 주거 대화치 보고 샘 니는 대화치 뭐 요리 이디 이 세마다 이 홍비 좀들이 주거를 보고 또 요리 이번에 나니서 나인도 말렘들이 막다나니 저쪽과 차든 니 코와 차머리 하여튼 같이 시대에 로토면서 저니 세마한테 인석도나 때 딱게 당하더니 요람 가지는 홍대에서 인터부터 때 장하더니 운이다다는 거 좋아가 하고 또 그래.
So the syllable Hong is particularly crucial for this dividing line between sleeping and waking. This is a moment wherein we can recognize our Buddha nature. So if we take this recognition, we enter into the great bliss of the Dharmakaya. So Hong is what can take us there, can take us to the Dharmakaya. Otherwise, we fall into self-clinging and the lifeline of the Dharmakaya is cut and we wander in samsara. So look at it for yourself. No matter what you do, think Hong, Hong, and you'll get a taste for what I'm talking about.
내가 무슨 하여튼 계기보다 포화가 돼야 접호가 양세비제 도로 템로리 대신에 뭐지 갑들이 샘든 주마사들이 홍쇼가 명적거 내가 니속거 내가 접호 내가 샘들이 샘 대신에 뭐 그런 거 토로 미소 자노리 갑들이 당운 가는데 남녀들이 죽어린 적들이 라고 내가 썸을이다 대리진이 다른 거냐니 놈적 들이 이속거 내가 말람 들이 접호 내가 그러더니 다 내가 썸지 뒤쪽 발에 샘 대신에 뭐 그런 거 토로 미소 자리 특갑들이 들이 그렇게 뭐요 애들.
So there's said to be 3 occasions where it's a very important potential to recognize Tathagata Garbha, and one is at the time of death. So we do Poa at the time of death because the moment of death is a extreme, like a high potential of recognizing or coming face to face with the immediacy of your fundamental nature, your Buddha nature. And so we can think the syllable Hong at that time. So the other, in this moment of death, the fundamental nature has this radiance. And this radiance, if we follow it, takes us into Dharmakaya. The other occasions where it's of crucial potential is when practicing Tsalung and when in dreams. So these are the occasions for the extreme potential for recognizing Buddha nature.
the mantra garland and and the second garland issue forth, passing from my mouth into the mouth of the consort. The self-resounding mantra proclaimed by the inconceivable dakas and dakinis in the consorts for chakras arouses the mind stream. From the consort's secret place the mantra garland enters my Vajra, and the deities residing within my channels proclaim the sound of the mantra. I visualize the mantra garland dissolving ceaselessly into my heart. Om Vajrakilaya Jahum Mam Hokatam Kai Jaya Vijaya Ajitaya Parasite Bharmadanaye Sarva Bignan Bam Hum Ve Om Vajrakilaya Jahum Mam Hokatam Kai Jaya Vijaya Ajitaya Parasite Marasena Parmatanaye Sarva Bignan Bam Hum Ve Om Vajrakilaya Jahum Mam Hokatam Kai Jaya Vijaya Ajitaya Parasite Marasen Parmatanaye Sarva Bignan Bam Hum Ve Om Vajrakilaya Jahum Mam Hokatam Kai Jaya Vijaya Ajitaya Parasite Marasena Parmatanaye Sarva Bignan Bam Hum Ve Om Vajrakilaya Jahum Bam Katam Kaye Jaya Vijaya Ajitaya Parasite Parmadanaye Sarva Bignan Bam Hum Ve Om A A I O O Re Re Le Le E O O Ang A Ga 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 Nga Cha 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 Na Ta 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 Na Ta 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 Na Pa 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 Ma Yara Lawa Shasta Sa Haksha Svaha Om A A I O O Re Re Le Le E O O Am A Ka 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 Nga Ta 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 Na Ta 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 Na Ta 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 Na Pa 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 Ma Yara Lawa Shasta Sa Haksha Svaha Om A A I O O Re Re Le Le E O O Am A Ka 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 Nga Cha 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 Nya Ta 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 Na Ta 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 Na Pa 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 Ma Yara Lawa Shasa Sa Haksha Svaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Trenopa Nisradrido Mebhava Siddhogayo Mebhava Dubhogayo Mebhava Anuraktum Mebhava Sarva Siddhi Miprayacha Sarva Karma Suchame Zidam Shriyam Guru Hung Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarva Dada Gata Vajra Marme Muncha Vajra Bhava Maha Samaya Sato Ha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tvenopa Disadridam Mebhava Suddhajayo Mebhava Mebhava Anuraktum Mebhava Sarva Siddhi Miprayacha Sarva Karma Sutsame Zitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarva Tata Gata Vajramame Muncha Vajri Bhava Maha Samaya Sattva Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tvenopa Disadridam Mebhava Suttojayo Mebhava Subhojayo Mebhava Anuraktum Mebhava Sarva Siddhi Miprayacha Sarva Karma Sutsame Zidzam Shriyam Guru Hung Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarva Dada Gata Vajre Mame Muncha Vajre Bhava Maha Samaye Sattva Om ye dharma hetu prabhava hetu tesham tathagato hayavate tesham jayo nero evam vade mahashramanaye zoha. Om ye dharma hetu prabhava hetu tekam tathagato hayavate tekam jayo nero evam vade mahashramanaye zoha. Om ye dharma hetu prabhava hetu tekam tathagato hayavate tesham jayo roda hevam vade mahashramanaya som. Glorious great Vajra Gilam and divine courts bliss come here I may couch her inner and secret offerings I praise your body, speech, mind, qualities, activity is I confess transgression, heedlessness and confusion, vows, smart broken, lovingly consider me with compassion and please grant all accomplishment to me. Page 36, bringing down blessings. Gurus, knowledge holders, deities, dakinis, and oath-bound ones, gathered like clouds in the sky. Guru, the power of your pasamaya, please consider us with love and shower down great blessings upon this mandala and us yogin. Vajrakilaya, Vajra, you and your manda light with great compassion unbiased, unobscured, with timely Vajras Maya, Bliss, send down great blessings and great waves of compassionate activity upon this unsurpassed secret mandala of accomplishments, bliss, and down great enlightenment, speech, mind, blessings, grand supreme five wisdom's empowerment. Om Sarva Tathagata Bhagavan Samaya Ho Samaya Svam. Time has come to grand empowerment and send down blessings from the sea. Great sphere of Vajrakilaya, victorious Vajra, Lord, with Bha's let you bestow unsurpassed Vajra empowerment. Deity who single oath is to give